Hello, boys and girls. How are you? It's Miss Carol. Very nice to see you. We are here for our next Can You Picture This? I always enjoy this program because you have been able to help me figure out what it is that is the mystery before us. I have some items that I'm going to share and pictures, and with your help we're going to be able to figure out what it is that is our mystery. Are we going somewhere? Are we doing something? Are we going to explore? Are we going to find something? All with your help we're going to figure it out. So, good to see you. Here is our first clue. Can you read that? Do you know what that says? That says ticket. A ticket. So, if you need a ticket, or we have a ticket, what are tickets used for? Oftentimes you need a ticket if you're going to enter a specific event, right? Like maybe a concert, or if it is a sporting event, you need a ticket. If you are, here's a good one. If you're at the carnival and you want to go on a ride, let's say you see the carousel, or a favorite of ours, the tilt-a-whirl. How many tickets to ride this ride? You would need a ticket. A ticket would also help to get you, let's see, into the museum. Remember we did museums? You might need a ticket if you are taking an airplane ride. Well, you definitely need a ticket for that, right? Tickets. Way too general for us to make some guesses, although we did do a few good guesses. An event, sporting. Well, now I'm going to show you the next item that I have. And I'm wondering if you're going to be able to figure it out based on these pictures. You ready? Do you know what that is? Can you tell? Whatever it is, there's this hole here and something is happening. See this, the way it's drawn? Something is coming out. Let's see, here's another idea, or another example. So the same kind of a thing. There is an opening and something comes out. Well, this almost looks like steam or a cloud of something, whereas this one almost looks like maybe a noise. Would you say that's a symbol for a noise? That's an interesting item. So if it sounds like something, or if steam comes out, have you ever seen a teapot? Does someone in your family have a teapot where you would put water in the kettle, and when it boils, some of them have a spout at the top, and when the steam comes through, what does it do? It makes a noise or a whistle. Sometimes it'll hiss. You might hear it sometimes when your furnace kicks on. It might go, or it can actually be a whistle. I'm not very good at whistling, but let's say, is that what your teapot might sound like? This looks like a whistle. Tickets and a whistle. something else. What's that? Wow. That's pretty cool. This is an antique, I think, which means it's very old. But look, this is, I want to say brass. It is some type of a metal, and it has a certain shape. Do you know what that is? It looks like if we crank this and listen, this is a bell, right? Sometimes you can hold a little bell in your hand and ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Sometimes when you're in school, it doesn't always look like that, but you'll hear brrr, or it'll make noise to let you know maybe it's time to change classes. Have you ever heard big church bells? They'll be much bigger than that. And they're at the top of a church and they ring. What about at the fire engine? Sometimes there's, or the fire station, I should say, sometimes there are bells that would go off when it's time for the firemen to go on a mission. Tickets, whistles, and bells. Do they use whistles and bells at a concert? Well, I guess so, if that's part of how they make their music. Do they use whistles and bells at a sporting event? Well, sometimes they'll ring a bell if it's time to start a particular event. Some people will blow a whistle if there's a foul, or if there's a timeout. I don't know though. Let's see. What about if you saw someone, and if you look closely, this person seems to be helping another person who is sitting in a seat, maybe coming around and collecting tickets at a ball game? Maybe. But I don't think it would look that way. There's a window. Well, how about this? This person has a specific hat. Have you ever seen someone wear a hat like that? Or say these words? Do you know what he's saying? He's saying, "All aboard." Have you ever heard anyone say that? Where are you when somebody says that? Maybe getting ready to go on a roller coaster. Maybe they're taking tickets before they strap you in on a roller coaster at an amusement park. All aboard. But one more thing. What if this sign was hanging near these two people? Or it was outside on a post? Have you ever seen that? What does this look like? Does it look like piano keys for our concert? I know piano keys are white and some are black, but I don't know if they have these two like lines that go through. I don't play piano, but I've seen them. Something tells me that might not be a piano. How about, ooh, the roller coaster going along? Oh gosh, that could really be a possibility. You need a ticket, and there are folks that have to run the ride, so maybe that is part of the roller coaster, the track. But what if we also saw this? You ready? What if we also saw that? That is another sign. Do you see it? It's round and yellow, but it has this black X in the middle. And what letters are these? Those are two of the same letters, R and R. What could they stand for? Wait a minute. I think I'm getting something. Let's say our bell and our whistle were together. And these seem to be on top of something. So I wonder what this is down here. So I have a bell and I have a whistle. Well, what's kind of neat is I have a sound or two that I want you to hear as well. Let's listen. What do you hear? What is that? What is that? I hear bells and I hear a whistle. And I have another one. Are you ready? Let's see. So, let's see here. If, I'm looking for my paper, if our whistle and our bell were together, because we did hear a bell and a whistle on top of something, and they're on a track, and you see this, I'm thinking I might know what R and R sounds like. So this person must be taking tickets from the people who are on the train. This is a train ticket. And this is the engineer. And the engineer is the person who drives the train. He needs to know how the train works so that he can be at the front in the engine to make it go. And this person is the conductor. So the conductor takes your ticket, makes sure everyone gets on and off safely. So I have a picture of a famous conductor you might recognize. Do you know this story? This is the Polar Express and the conductor of the train. Remember how he took the tickets and he punched them? And then he also helped them on their journey. He had the folks bring in snacks. Well, here's a picture. I don't know if he's a conductor or an engineer. I think he might work on the train, like maintenance, but he is replacing this bell. See the bell? That almost looks like part of the train that we saw when I was showing you the pictures of the bells. So, I think we're taking a train ride. Ooh, that was exciting. Look at this. Of course, I have to show you some books. So, this book, I'm sorry, my light is glaring. This is called, you can see it, look at that. This is called Trains, and it is by Lynn Curley, and you can borrow this book. And I just thought this was very interesting. I have a really neat picture I want to show you. Look at this. So before trains looked like this, they started out looking like this. These are very early trains. They were called locomotives. And these were built in the 1800s. We're in the 2000s. So many years ago. But I thought that was really cool. And this book talks about early trains. Well, what about this? This book is called All Aboard! Passenger Trains Around the World by Carl Zimmerman. And you can see that this train has windows, which was similar to the window in the picture I showed you, where people can sit inside. And look at this. I just thought that was gorgeous. So see that train? It's going almost through the desert, it looks like, with the big mountains in the background. Wow. Trains can be very long, or they can be short. They don't have to be super long. I thought this was kind of cool too. Trains can travel in any kind of weather. So this train is traveling maybe during the spring or summer, but this one, can you see it? Sorry folks, that one is in the winter. See, it's going through the snow. I thought that was kind of cool. Well, what about this? See that train? That train looks like it's inside a tunnel. These are subways, and very often subways are under the streets, under the ground, in special subway tunnels. Not always. A lot of times they are, but not always. They can be like up on top of, like this, going through the city. They have a section that's up on top of like a bridge, but a lot of times they're underneath in this tunnel, and you have to go to a subway station to get on. But it's kind of interesting to take a look. You can sit, you can stand. Subways, and that's by Philip Ryan. Now, if you want to read a good story about some trains, we have a lot of those. Who are these guys? This is a Thomas and Friends story. Thomas is a wonderful train, and you could see these big smokestacks where the steam is coming out. This is called Fast Train, Slow Train, and it is a Thomas and Friends story illustrated by Tommy Stubbs. And what about this? All aboard! Everybody says that. This is Legos. Lego City, All Aboard. It is about trains. So look at our Lego friends. Here we have the engineer. Remember, they always show pictures of them with these stripes. And he is in charge of driving the train, and here he's going through a tunnel. You'll have to read that. Here's one of my favorites. Curious George takes a train. There's his ticket. And this is very sweet. Steam train, dream train. Look, there are animals on our train. And something about this train that I thought you might like. Dinosaurs. If you want to read how dinosaurs are on this train, you'll have to take this book out. This is by Sherry Dusky Rinker and Tom Lichtenheld. Steam train, dream train. And last but not least, how to train a train. Our friends consider having a train as a pet. They read to him, they sing him to sleep, and the pictures in this book are so nice. This is by Jason Carter Eaton, illustrated by John Rocco. How to Train a Train. Did you know that the very first trains were actually pulled by horses? Before they had steam trains and electrical trains and trains that ran on coal, they had horses pull them. And a train that carries people is called a passenger train. And a train that carries items or goods or anything that needs to go from one place to the other, like the mail or new cars, those are called freight trains or cargo trains. Trains have been around for a while. So We did it again. You helped me, and we figured this out. So, if you wanted to see a train, you know that we have train tracks that run along the Hudson River here, and you can see them from the library. Thank you so much for your help. We were able to figure out another mystery. Can you picture this? I enjoy seeing you, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you again. But until then, keep reading. Bye-bye.